All Jedi need an apprentice. At least that's what I think. And I picked up one here today, and we're going to share some secrets on how to amass giant amounts of silver on your account. I really think that this is an easy topic, but also super important. What's up, guys? MtgJedi here. How you doing today? We're on my dude Apprentice Jedi's account, and he is going to be coming in here needing a lot of silver. So what we're going to do is we're going to farm Spider for this. Now, before we farm Spider for this, what we're going to take a look at is the accessories on his account because he's maxed out. He has no room to farm at the inn. So what we want to do very first is check to see what, lower level accessories we have and sell those. The main goal for this is to remove all of the 5-star accessories. That is going to give us a huge starting point. So if you are not full on accessories yet, basically what you want to do is you just want to farm up to this level, right? You want to farm up so that you're completely filled on accessories. And then what we're looking for is all 6-star accessories, preferably ones with speed on them, but we'll get to that later, okay? If I go and I sell all of his 5-star accessories right now, how many is that? 614, which leaves us with about 1,000. That is great. What I'm going to do is any accessories that are specialty ones or are level 16, those are going to stay for now. They're already leveled up. We've already invested in them. And also the specialty ones we can't get back. Really bad specialty ones like that, I'm still going to sell. They're still not usable. And then once I come back from this, then I'm going to show you the next part. But cleansing your gear is going to be step one. You want to come in, you want to make sure that you have gotten rid of all of your 5-star gear and below, because just like your gear on the accessories, we want 6 stars. We want 6 stars as soon as possible on your account. And once you accomplish that goal, then we can start really farming. Until then, you probably just haven't put in enough time and energy in the game into what we're trying to do here with expanding our star rating on our accessories, okay? If I say gear and accessories, they're almost interchangeable, but, not quite. So I'm going to finish this up and then I'll be right back. All right, so now we have sold all of our 5-star accessories. I feel like that's an obvious suggestion or recommendation, but I just don't see people doing this. I still, in takeovers all the time, I log in and people have a plethora of 5-star gear and 5-star accessories. That's the first step to success, is getting rid of those on your account. All right, now that we've done that, we have a giant boost to our silver, right? And so when we go and we farm Spider, that's how we're going to get the rest of the silver on the account. So right now we have 64 million. We're going to take this 15,000 energy, and that's going to get us the rest of the silver that we need. But I want specifics, okay? I want specifics to share with you, and this is how we're going to do it, okay? So I did a whole video on this team here, and that's probably the video right before this. So we'll probably have this as like a series, and then you can follow the whole journey of this basically complete account takeover. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use this gear selling filter. Now, let me be very clear. This gear selling filter is terrible. It is so bad and misleading, and there's no good way to customize what you're keeping and selling. Don't do it. The only thing that you should be looking at here is the rank and rarity filter on the left. We're going to uncheck 5-star gear. We're going to run 6-star, epic, legendary, and mythical. The further along you get, the more you do this, the more you're going to uncheck. For me, I'm all the way to the point where I'm only keeping 6-star mythicals. I might start coming back in and, looking at the banners. But for my apprentice here, he needs 6-star epic, legendary, and mythicals. We're going to sell the 6-star rares. I think he's very close to doing that. And with the amount of farming that he's going to do, I think that that's good. And it will help us to be able to sell the other bad rare gear as well. My multi-battles have stopped on my phone. Anyway, when I come in here, I'm going to confirm that, and then I'm going to let it go. And it's going to just farm through the energy that we have put in here. However much energy that you want to do is great. I'm going to be using 15,000 energy as the metric for this video. And then hopefully we can pull somebody a little bit more consistent for this spider team so that we can get it to 100% and not just close to 100%. But I'm going to farm this. We're going to talk the rest of the numbers, and then we'll wrap up the video from there.
A few years later.
Welcome back. I mean, it's 2 seconds later for you. It's tomorrow for me. But anyway, so the silver plan has been executed, at least in part 1 that I want to share in this video with you. So he started out, actually, let's just go over it right now. He started out with 28.14 million silver. We sold all of his 5-star accessories for 36.17. And then we farmed 15,000 energy approximately because, you get a little bit more, you farm. I mean, all this, the normal progression in the game. But then while we were farming, we sold all the 5-star accessories. So that's 64.36 that we made while farming, which is pretty impressive. I thought we were going to be in the 50 million range. So that means that 15,000 energy is going to get us around about 60 million silver. And that's pretty important knowledge. Like, one of the things that I think is important in Raid is just like knowing what is possible and how to achieve that. And I think if you want a lot of silver, this is a good metric to go by. So we took our 15,000 energy, which is 115 energy refills. And like, all of that seems like a lot. But if you convert that to gems or some amount of gems plus energy, you'd have 4,600 gems, which I think you can save pretty reliably in a couple of months, even as a free-to-play player. So you could pull off this strategy completely free-to-play by just, whenever you're full on your gear and accessories, selling those and then using this resource. And obviously you could do this during clan versus clan. You could do this during a spider tournament, right? All of those things you could rock out and double dip, okay? And so I think that that's pretty reasonable information to have on how to get 100 million silver. If you didn't have 28 million silver to start, then you could, we sold 64 million while farming. So I think you would be able to incorporate that a little bit more since we're at 112 million right now. I don't think that the exact detailed numbers is that important, but you can also sell gear as well. Like, I haven't even gotten around to doing that on this account yet. And he is at, let me see here, 1585. So like, I need to do that immediately. And over here, he's at 1,200 accessories. So he got a couple hundred while farming, but we're still not going to keep all of these accessories. Um, Luckily, all of these have attack with attack percentage. How many attack rings do we have? Jeez. And then the HP ones, like this is a great example here. We're never going to use this ring. It's an attack ring with only defense percent. And so I need to sell all of the accessories like that. Another thing that we're definitely going to sell almost all of is our attack amulets. So I can just go in and do all of that right now. It literally does not matter. Like, these attack amulets are unusable, right? Unless we were desperate early game players where this is the only amulet we had. We don't have crit damage amulets, something like that. But these extra attack amulets would only be used for bomb champions, and really you just need any attack amulet with accuracy on it. You're going to go to specialty accessories, so you can even sell all of the regular ones if you want, but I still like to keep one as an option. That way, you know, you just like always have it just in case, but like you don't really need it. So there's another 5.5 million silver from the attack amulets. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up RSL Helper to help us take a look at the gear, because we have a lot of 5-star gear, and then sell the accessories, find all of those ones that are like that we're missing, and then we'll wrap up the video. All right, so we got RSL loaded up. We're going to sell 706 pieces of gear. That'll get us down into a much more reasonable range. And then he can auto sell all the 5-star gear pieces while he's farming, which is perfect. Plus, that's another 38 million silver. So that's good. Okay, now let's take a look and see what the accessories are. In case you were curious, I kept all the level 16 and the level 12 pieces, regardless of what they were, just because they were already invested in, and that gave me a little bit more of a base, so that we could sell the bad unrolled gear. It's much better to do it that way so you're not investing further silver in bad gear. A lot of this is covered in my gear levels video, and I highly recommend watching that one if you haven't seen it yet. Okay, perfect. So on the accessories, right, we are not that high up on, you know, being overloaded. But again, we do also want to skip leveling up all of the bad accessories. So if we take a look here, the majority of the ones that we're selling are going to be rares, because we have enough epic and higher rarity ones that we don't need to roll the rares, okay? And that's going to be the case with all of the banners that are rare as well. We can go just like straight actually, that one's not that great either. But we can go straight to just the epics, and then also we can weed out all of the things that we really shouldn't be leveling up. And I think that that's like just a great progression for his account. And then as we get a little bit more farming on here, we can even narrow that down a little bit more. But I think this is perfect for now, and that will bring us to 175 million. Okay, now that's a little bit more than what I'm going to go for in the thumbnail at 100 million. So I think that there's a lot of possibilities there for your account on how to obtain that. So we're down to 881 pieces of gear. We're down to 849 accessories. Both of those are completely reasonable for having enough options to build champions, which we need to do a lot of, and you'll see in the next video. Not sure what team I'm going to be doing first, but we're going to be building a lot of teams in this series, and this is just part 1 into getting the necessary silver that we need. So that'll do it for me here today. Thank you to my dude, my little apprentice Jedi. We're well on our way. We'll still be farming some more silver along the way, probably, because we have a lot of teams to build. And hopefully we're going to get a video on how to clean out and manage your roster. I'm going to talk to him about adding that on. So anyway, thank you. Put your, if you hated this, let me know in the comments. But if this helped you, let me know what part was your favorite part about gaining more silver in this game. I like to think this was a different type of approach to gaining silver than maybe you've seen or heard before. So if you appreciate that, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys later on.